the epitome of being a good battles player. Winning 5 games in a row? No. Winning 20 games in a row. Unstoppable. The achievement of achievements. Can it be done? Well, we're going to give it a shot. We are going to try to win 20 games in a row. All together now. Now, if you guys want to be unbelievably nice to me, this is my most edited, most hardcore video that I've done of the year. Obviously, it's only a week in, but it's still one of my best videos made so far. I'm really proud of it. So if you guys want to press that like button for me, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Don't forget to subscribe for more amazing Battles news, BTD6 news, and or just some amazing gameplay. I also want to ask your guys' help really quickly. This is like I said, a fairly difficult thing to make. So if you guys want to be extra nice to me and use my Battles 2 creator support code, I can use now a BTD6 and Battles 2 support code. Click SJB on both of those, lowercase letters on BTD6, and I don't think it matters on Battles 2. That would be so nice. So this is game number 1. So far, you're going to see I've got a Monkey Ace, Pat Fusty play going on for me. I do have boomerangs and boats, but I really haven't been using them that much. I'm trying to overwhelm my opponent with group balloons at this point, but it's really not working out all that well. But that's okay. It doesn't really matter too much. I've got a decent income right now, 861, and we push it through. Mid-game, there was not much going on. We decided, you know what, it's time, guys. What's the weakness of Dartling Guns? We're going to go for a Moab Rush. So we're going to go for a double dose here. He pulls out a whopping Super Monkey over here, though. That was a surprise to me. You don't see that many players with Super Monkeys these days, but he absolutely rocks it. Does a great job with it. Defends those Moabs, no problem at all. And I'm a little lost at this point, because my income is okay. Don't get me wrong, it's okay. It's not great. 2,000 at round 18. Could be better. You know, I honestly would like to have banana farms, or maybe even an alt eco or something like that with Buccaneers, but I just can't pull that off right now. So we need to go even further. We need to push deeper into this game. Now, I've got a random Monkey Buccaneer over here to try to make sure that if he does decide to rush me with something minuscule, reinforced Moab or a BFE or something like that, I'll have some power for it. Looks like nothing happens for a little while, and eventually I decide, I gotta rush, guys. I gotta be aggressive to this guy. I don't like just chilling, watching the gameplay itself, letting flowers grow and grass grow. Man, I like to make the plays. I like to make the grass grow. I am the photosynthesis god. But in this scenario, the photosynthesis god does not do that great, because this, oh my god, gets pretty much destroyed as quickly as it possibly can be, man. That was probably the best oh my god destruction I've seen in a long time. And he still had a great defense in the back there with trees and everything if he decided to go even further. So it pushes into late game for game number 1 already. And at this point, things get a little scary, but I do notice he has a slight weakness to DDTs. So it is risky to go for DDTs at this point in the game, because having only 3,000 income, it really does put a damper on everything. But I decided I pretty much have to do this, guys. We see a lot of stuff coming out from this guy, but the DDTs are just still too beefy for him, and a random set of 3 DDTs takes him down for game number 1. Beautiful game from both of us, but we got a little lucky with that one, and we came out on top. Game number 2. Now, if you notice in the top right corner, I put the game number of every single one of these things. So if you guys want to follow through and just kind of click to random games, you can feel free to do that. Each game lasts between about 2 to 4 minutes. I really try to cut these things down so we can keep all 10 games in a nice, organized-ish fashion. So I said to go for a quick Zebra Rush against this guy because he's got a lot of Ice Tower defense. His Dartling Gun does a pretty good job defending most of the non-freezable balloons, and then the Ice Towers just delete everything else. Moab's coming out right now. We've got 2 of these guys. He's got a very bad defense for Moabs, and I go for 2 reinforced Moabs in a row, which is a risky rush to go for because it costs $4,000. He uses a boost with 3 Dartling Guns and a Hydro Rocket Pods, but it still is not enough Moab defense, and game number 2 will go our way. Delicious. Moving on straight into game number 3 here, my friends. You're going to notice one thing about most of my strategies today. I go for mostly, if not entirely, all Pat Fusty plays. I'm going to be using a lot of tack shooters, I'm using a lot of monkey aces, using a little bit of mortar action, and spike factories. Other than that, I don't really delve into many other towers, and that's because I'm trying for a win streak. I'm not trying for super crazy fun level or anything like that. I just really want to get some wins under my belt. We go for a big purple rush against this guy because he's got mostly a wizard defense in here. We do a ton of damage to him, but we do not kill him. The quick purples are kind of dangerous. We go for a secondary purple rush here. Is this one going to be enough? He's got a sniper over here. He goes for the boost a little on the late side. He's trying to clean it up with more snipers. All we need is 70 lives to go through, and they do. And another win for the big fat Christy. Moved on to game number 4 already. Wow, we're just jumping through these, man. This is great. So we've got a boomerang player with an Oben combo. He does have banana farms as well, but I'm doing a slightly better job with my banana farms by being aggressively greedy, I suppose. That's one thing I like to do with banana farms. If you are going banana farms, you got to be pretty greedy about it and say, yes, losing lives is bad, but losing a few lives is not that bad. We're going to go for a quick camo purple rush because he doesn't have camo detection right now. He goes for a village, but will it be in time? He doesn't get it up in time. His greed is just too much, and we get another victory under our belt. Game number 5, my friends. Fantastic. So you're going to notice, again, Monkey Ace Tack Shooter strategy with Pat Fusty. I'm honestly not using Pat Fusty because I think he's necessarily the best hero for me, but I'm using Pat Fusty because I enjoy his company. I think he's great to have around, and I'm also trying to earn experience for him to unlock Snow Pat Fusty or Snowman Pat Fusty, whatever he actually is. I don't know. So my opponent does have banana farms as well with Dartling Gun Ice combo. That is one of the top tier strategies in the game right now. He's got a Gwendolyn combo as well to make sure he's going to be able to take down all these Bloons, and he's doing a pretty good job of it. I do have a little bit more banana farm action than him, which is good, but I can't say for sure who has more total Bloon income combo, but I feel pretty good about my defense. He goes for a pretty quick purple rush here. Will it be enough with 2 Monkey Aces and a Pat Fusty? And it looks like it's going a little bit strugglicious, but we do come out on top and take down every single one of those Bloons. That was a big rush from him, and it was a failed rush. And now we get to extrapolate our income lead with more banana farms all over the place. So this was before the update where banana farmers came into existence. So you notice that I am not using any banana farmers in any of these games, but I may end up using those in some of the future games here. All right, we got a triple Moab rush against this guy because he does not have a good Moab defense. He's getting a Rocket Storm going. He's kind of slow about it, selling some banana farms, still isn't able to get enough defense over here, and we take him down with a silly triple Moab rush. Unbelievable. Moving on, we've got another game here on Castle, and we've got a ninja player, which is kind of interesting. You don't see that all that often. It's surprising because early on, ninjas kind of suck, but as you go later on in the game, they actually become very beastly. If you get a lot of shinobis around a couple pretty good towers, they can actually be one of the best setups in the game. But to make that happen, it is difficult, and to survive that long, it can be tricky with just ninjas as one of your main towers, and you almost always need an alchemist if you really want to make some real cool plays here. So mid-game goes without a hitch, nothing too crazy happens. We get a pretty good amount of banana farm action over here. I decided to go for a couple leads to try to sneak him through, but of course he alchified them, and leads just don't do nothing against this guy. But ninjas, even though they're powerful, are not all powerful, and I'm noticing that this guy does not have 4th tier ninjas, he's only got 3rd tier ninjas, so I decided to go for a pretty decent sized zebra rush here. We do force a battle energy out of him, but we do not do any blue damage whatsoever, nor do we kill him. Now, we still do have a good amount of money, we got a good amount of income, I've got a pretty decent defense. He goes for a decent sized purple rush with some leads underneath and some camo purples, and we smoke it. We get a little lucky with them bombs there, but they get completely annihilated, and that's got to make them feel a little bad. We counter with our own Rainbow Rush, non-regen to save money on it, and just hopefully overwhelm him here. Again, only 3rd tier ninjas, it looks like to me. And these guys are just going to go right through his defense. Just slurp him up. We get like 1,000 lives of damage. And we win another one, my friends. Moving on to game number 7. Now, at this point, it might be a fluke. All right, winning 3 games in a row, 5 games in a row, 6 games in a row, even up to 7 games in a row. At some point, you can just say it's a fluke. It's just luck. But at some point, you got to say, maybe I got some skillage, bro. Maybe to make this all happen, I got to be making some really cool plays. And, of course, maybe get a little lucky with all of this stuff. But overall, I feel like we're playing phenomenal. We have made very few mistakes overall. Of course, can't say flawlessly, but we've made very few mistakes overall. Doing very good rushes against this guy. Really, just rushes in general against everybody. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like we keep on going, but can we make it to 20 games? That is absurd. All right, we go for a pretty quick Moab rush underneath all of these zebras and everything. He's doing a great job defending. Somehow, double wizard Churchill Spike Factory combo is just straight up delicious. And he defends all of my rushes all at the same time. That's a little sucktastic for me. Now, my defense is actually pretty rough right now. I've got a double mortar tack shooter strategy with Pat. I really don't have a lot of defense as far as my tacks are concerned. My mortars are kind of like the majority of my defense at this point, which is kind of sad because that's actually not that great of a defense, but it's doing good enough for us, and he's not rushing us with anything too dangerous yet, so we get to just chill here, send rushes against this guy, or farm. So I'm going to go for another BFB over here, and the reason why is because I like to rush with BFBs against Spike Factory players because they can often overwhelm the Spike Factory. It seems silly, but if you can overwhelm the Spike Factory and you can't get through a Moab, then these wizards and stuff, they're not going to be doing a very good job against this thing. So we're going to try for it, and at the very least, maybe we'll just keep him busy. Should be noted that my opponent does have a pretty good amount of banana farms, but my banana farms are 4th tier right now. So I'm still making a lot of money, and more money than my opponent right now. All right, a couple of mobs still trying to sneak through over here. Churchill and a Phoenix popping out. And it looks like he will end up defending that rush. Good job, my friend. Good job. And you know what? He just used up all of his stuff. We're going to go for another secondary rush of just a regular old, oh my god. Okay, for now, just a regular old, oh my god. We might do more to it, but for now, I feel like this is something else that's just going to keep him busy, keep him from farming, keep him from doing things, and hopefully just overwhelm him and take him down. All right, a second oh my god coming out against this guy. He pops the first layer of oh my god pretty easily, but now he's still got to deal with all those balloons inside, and that is still dangerous. Battle energy pretty early here to defeat the first oh my god. Now, will he have enough for the second oh my god? Trying to throw in another Spike Factory, starting to sell farms to make things happen. I go for a bunch of rainbows underneath all of this, and with all of those rainbows and everything combined together, we do end up sneaking the balloons through. Second oh my god didn't even need to go through, and we still win that game. Moving on to game number 8. So I'm big into banana farms right now. Pretty much every single one of my strategies is going to involve banana farms. I still believe they're one of the best towers in the game, if not the best tower in the game. So I'm definitely going to be using these guys while I'm trying to use my advantages that I can and try to keep my win streak flowing. Alright, so nothing too crazy going on here, kind of early game, just showing you guys it is important to be sort of aggressively greedy to make things happen. And that means chilling with just one tack shooter, no hero, no nothing, and trying to spam those first 2 banana farms up to 2-0. If you can make that happen, oh my god, the money is going to flow in for the rest of the game, guys. But of course, it means that you have to watch out for your opponent doing a lot of rushes. A lot of things could kill you. Green-white combos in particular are probably some of the most dangerous. And now we see some blacks coming out against us, so we've got stuff. We've got stuff, let me tell you that much. Now this guy's going for a Dartling Gun Pat Fusty combo. I end up popping down my Pat Fusty a little bit on the early side, but I think he's like the best guy for me right now. I mean, popping down a mortar kind of early on is usually not worth it. You really do need to go up to 3rd tier so this mortars to be worthwhile, in my opinion, and that's a couple grand at least. So going for just a $900 tower just seems like it makes sense. Now, we could be pretty greedy here and just go for a 3rd tier banana farm at this point, but I decided to say, let's play it safe. I'm on a win streak. I can only be so greedy, so I can't go too hard here. And I decided to go for just a mortar instead. I'm getting my Burning Stuff mortar up, getting my Signal Flare up a little on the early side here. But at least I know that if I need to micro after this, it's not going to be buying mortars, moving mortars, buying tactures, buying other stuff. I could just focus on the other stuff, like just getting upgrades or selling a farm to make the upgrade path happen. So my opponent doesn't really have that great of a defense right now. I don't think he's going to have enough money for a Hydro Rocket Pods, so he's going to have to figure out how he's going to defend without a Hydro Rocket Pods. And I also decided to go for a quick 3-0-2 Taxure, because if he does decide to rush me with something big, I can go Ring of Fire and kill him. We go for a purple rush really quickly. Let's see if this is going to be enough to take him down. No boost coming out, but the Ice Tower completely cleans up those purple balloons, and he only lost a few on that entire rush right there. We're looking at our side, seeing if he's going to try to do any sort of counter rushes or anything like that. He does go for a small Rainbow Rush, and I decided to just be safe, and I go for my Ring of Fire. He's got a second Dartling Gun. That's not good against group balloons. So I decided, screw it. Let's go for some whites up in here. Let's mix in some purples and just see if randomly we can sneak some balloons through. And it looks like the Dartling Guns are doing an okay job, but there's still some balloons sneaking through over there, slowly sneaking through, and they don't even show up on my screen, which is kind of crazy. Maybe unlucky on his part. And we still clean them up with some purple-white combos. Game number 9, possibly one of the more exciting games in my 10 combo so far. It should be noted that this is part 1 of part 2, so if you guys do want to watch the future games, wait until tomorrow, or I'm sure I'll have a link in the description if it's past tomorrow already from when this video comes out. So I got my Monkey Ace flowing. He is one of my favorite towers in the game. I still love the Bomber Ace. I think he's probably one of the best starting towers in the game, though he does make your income suffer a little bit because he's a little on the expensive side. Now you're noticing I'm still losing some lives here to some Space Bloons, but it's not that big of a deal. It's only a few here and there. We are able to get a 3rd tier banana farm with a 2nd tier banana farm. No farmers yet. And he goes for a small Zebra Rush against us. With our Bomber Ace, we clean up most of them, but not all of them. And some of the Bloons are going to sneak through over there, which is kind of sad. We got a Spike Factory as our secondary tower here, which is really good in the mid, like, 18-ish rounds. 18 plus, once you get to Moabs. But until then, it's actually a little rough. So we're going to go for a quick double Moab rush. He's got a Sniper to clean up most of these guys. He's got Striker Jones to also do some group damage. The Wizard Tack Shooter combo is very, very difficult to sneak anything through, but I decided I'm going to be aggressive. Now, this guy's still sending out a lot of Bloons against us, so you're going to notice there's kind of a lot of hecticness going on our side, but notice the BFB on his side over there. It's getting pretty far. It's getting pretty far. We go for a little bit of pink action underneath all of that. We do have 2,200 income here, so I kind of switched from banana farms to Bloon income, but once he pops that BFB layer, it absolutely gets exploded. That was pretty impressive. So I decided, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to go for his Oh My God rush. Sometimes if he forces Oh My God battle energy or something like that, you follow up with DDTs really quickly on round 26, just take somebody down. As far as my side is concerned, I'm kind of spending a lot of money on just income right now. I feel like I have a pretty decent defense, and honestly, against DDTs, once you have Spike Factories, I don't want to say can't lose, but it's very difficult to lose. So, oh my God, Bloons are kind of very plentiful here. So I decided, you know what? Maybe he's got a weakness to just grouped Bloons, and I decided to go for a big chunk of regen rainbows in the middle of all of this. Of course, 1 Blade Maelstrom would be enough to take this all down, but he does not get it. The snipers were not enough, and we clean it up. Absolutely delicious. Well played from us, and slightly misplayed from this guy. All right, moving on. We've got game number 10. This is halfway through to our 20 win streak. Can we do it, my friends? Can we clean it up? Let's sure hope so. We got a Pat Tech combo from both of us. I got Banana Farms. He's got Dartling Guns. I again go for a Mortar here, and I'm getting ready to get to see some crazy rushes come out against us. I go for, again, a 302 Taxer just in case he decides to rush with something big. And I notice he still does not have a lot of defense. So we're going to go for a rush here, guys. We're going to go for a quick purple rush, see if he's going to do anything against it. Still struggle-lugging a little bit here. He goes for a Maelstrom, but I swap into Camo Leads instead because he doesn't have the Hydra Rocket Pods, and that's going to sneak it through and give us 10 wins in a row. If you guys want to press that like button, that would be absolutely fantastic. Again, this is a video that I don't often do. It took a lot more editing than usual, so I appreciate the support from you guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and hopefully we'll get to that 20 wins by tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching, and have a super duper delicious day.